Hello, folks. This is Gabor, and I want to share the hopeful yet still very sad message that I'm leaving Kraków. And yeah, after announcing Operation Digital Freedom, this is another tough decision that I have made, and this was not a quick one for sure. Operation Digital Freedom, neither, but this was an even longer one. Because if you watched the video that I made 1 year ago about my 9 years in Kraków, ninth year in Kraków or 9 years in Kraków, then you will see that this summary, in the summary, I was also not sure about staying in Kraków. And this has been a topic that was returning over and over again. And now I feel that I made a decision that I am actually leaving Kraków. I still don't know when. It is going to be the earliest end of March. The latest is end of July, something like that. But I think it's going to be something in between, because I have the feeling inside that by the end of July, I would actually be like already too eager to go. Almost like, why am I still here? Now, when I say this, of course, and in my previous video, I was describing this process of being in Kraków as a quite painful one. And this doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the place. And what do I mean by that? It's that my relationship with Kraków, it looks like a karmic relationship for me. And karmic relationships are there to help us understand something, to help us grow, and help us through pain, actually, because a karmic relationship actually destroys something that we are and something that we don't need in the future. Now, I think how long it lasts, I think it's partially is derived from how long we are longing on or hanging on this part of us that we no longer need. And in my case, it was also a big part of thinking, what was this part that I was actually clinging to, and that keeps me here in Kraków. And I think a big part of it was my immaturity, my seek of validation, and my arrogance. And I think in all three areas, I did an amazing amount of cleansing so that I don't need to be attached too much or too unhealthily, especially to feminine energies. Because what I see is what happened in this relationship that I had with Kraków is that Kraków acted out her really strong dark feminine energies. And the dark feminine energy works a bit like Matahari or a vampire rather, that lures you in, seduces you, like, come closer. Look how nice I look. Like, I'm gonna take good care of you. Hello. So yeah, I mean, it looks like a joke, but it really felt like that, because I got seduced and then I got destroyed. Like a friend of mine, Peter, who lives in Berlin, he described Berlin this way: that Berlin sucks you in, eats you, and spits you out. And he described it as a tough process, and yeah, it is definitely a tough process, but it's a useful process, because now I feel that I am a changed man. Still insecure, but at least now I am in touch with this sort of insecurity that I feel inside. It can be in a surface, and it actually, I feel, I'm really sure that will help my learning process, because if you're insecure, I think you're learning faster, or I'm learning faster. Or at least I hope. I hope it's not just a concept. We will see. And I want to also talk about what was the process, the finite process, the last step, where I decided that I'm going to leave Kraków, because the old insecurities came up. That is it really a good decision to leave Kraków? And I decided to ask a pack of tarot cards. And at the beginning it was really clumsy, because I drew two cards. First, what would help me to decide about Kraków? Second, what hinders me about deciding Kraków? And it was a knight and a queen, but it was quite clumsy because I didn't remember if it was upright or reversed, or how was it. And then I thought that, okay, I'm just repeating the process all over again. And I calmed down, focused on my intention. First, drew a card asking the question with intention: should I leave Kraków? Yes or no? Drew a card, upright Empress. And that's, I guess, well, okay, I don't want to pretend that I know everything about tarot, because I'm just a beginner, but it's felt to me like a really huge fucking yes. Like, like, what are you waiting for kind of yes. Because it's like Empress, a huge authority, prosperity, happiness, and such. So that's what the card symbolizes. And it was upright, so it's a definite yes. Then I repeated the question, okay, what would help me with leaving Kraków, and what would hinder me from leaving Kraków? And help, again a knight; hinder, again a queen, but this time it was the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Swords. And I was like, fucking mind-blowing for me, because the Queen of Swords is the character that I have been going towards, chasing, and becoming throughout my entire life. This unapologetic seeking of truth. What is true, what is false. In with what is true, out with what is false. Dealing with strengths, covering the heart, doing what needs to be done. And this would be something that hinder me from going to Kraków, because if I look at the outside world, I'm well established here, I'm comfortable, I know how to get something done. If I don't know, I know where to go. Clear decision that no, you need to stay. But that's probably that I need to leave the Queen of Swords, because the character of the Knight of Cups says, follow your emotions, follow your dreams. You are well established with your unconscious or subconscious, and you need to follow what is intuitive for you. Not in a rush, still in full armor, still with confidence, step by step, but firmly ahead, the intuition, based on love, joy, happiness. Oh, and that feels so fucking right. That's like, oh. Yeah, that this is holy shit. Yeah, this is that I need to do. And it's going to be painful, but it's going to be beneficial, and this is something that needs to be done. So yes, I'm leaving Kraków, step by step, slowly, and making sure that I'm not burning bridges, because my love for Kraków and the Polish people is ever growing. And still, with this growth of love, I feel that I need to go. Well, loving Poland and still feeling that you need to leave, that means that I'm probably already Polish. Że już jestem Polakiem, nie? So I'm leaving, and I want you to wish me luck. And of course, I will let everyone know how it goes. Until later, folks. Take care.